Hey guys, and welcome back. And am I excited today or what? It's finally time to work on some Forge World stuff. Yes, we have the Grot Mega Tank. Yes, this is what I got for Christmas. It is my tank, and I'm hoping that it's not going to be an absolute nightmare to put together. It seems pretty straight. It's had its bath and it's just drying up now. And all in all, doesn't look too bad. I mean, there's not a lot of areas that I think are see-through and whatnot, so it should be okay. That is obviously wishful thinking, but this is not the only Forge World kit I am going to be doing at the moment, because obviously resin, it's not great to be breathing it in, so I figured I would try and do as many resin kits as I can at the moment, and I have 3 to do. Now, that might not seem a lot, but if I just grab the other bit over here, this is the other one. It's the super cannon, so I've got that to do as well, which should be a very fun thing to do. I'm hoping to employ a few new techniques that I want to try out with these as well, so that should be a good thing to at least attempt it with. But there is a slight problem because I bought this from eBay. And I got the usual eBay thing, you know, somebody's had a go at it and they've broke this nub off here. This actually slides into these holes here. So I'm going to have to make something out of green stuff and just pin that in. But it does glue onto the barrel as well. So it's like, it's not too much, but it's one of them with the amount of money that they are going for at the moment, because they're getting rarer and rarer. It's not ideal to be ripped off like that, you know, but hey ho, it happens. And then I made a very silly purchase at my local Warhammer, and some of you will probably think I'm crazy with this, but I am adamant about getting one of every model. So I also got Big Lizard. Big Lizard. This is just its head in comparison to this tank. It's about as long as the tank. We've got measures on the squares at the bottom, like they're a centimeter ago, you know. It's what? Where are we? Here? It's like 11 centimeters long from back of the head to the tip of the tongue. It is ginormous. And that's just the head. The body is... it is literally a house brick of resin. It is ginormous. Now, it is called the Gargantuan Squiggoth. And it makes sense to be this huge, but it's crazy big. It is crazy big. Also as well, whilst cleaning it up, I realized that it has a PP. So I'm not right into the fact that I'm going to be painting a PP, but hey ho, it's fine. But yeah, that level of detail is a bit much, isn't it? Also as well, all of these little things on the edge here, they all have like a film behind them where they mold it all, and I have to clean behind each individual one of them, and then the innards on the chain links as well. Then there's the general cleanup of everything else. So just this body alone is going to take a large amount of time, because it's got chains that run all the way around the thing. It's got chain links here. It's got these bars in stages all over the thing. And that's just this one bit. And then obviously there's a bit of a mold line issue towards the back there, but that should hopefully come out with a little bit of sanding. Same with the underside here, a little bit just on the inner of the leg there. Doesn't look too bad. And then these gate holes, and then there's one piece there as well. But I think they would probably all get away with some accurate scalpel work and sanding. So it's not as if it's like a mismatch on that. It's just, it's on a detailed area, so it's going to take a lot of time. So he's going to be like on the back burner. I want to focus on this, but I do want to do as much cleanup as I can to save me work in the future. Like I say, the dust is harmful. I don't want to be breathing it in all the time. And obviously, if I can get through all the kits that I currently have, Forge World, then I can accrue some more and then do the same thing later on. Then I can clean my whole room and make sure that obviously my dog, my little one, my partner, myself are not breathing in any of the dust and debris. And also the inside of my PC could do with a clean out. So it's a good excuse to do that as well as. So yeah, lots of holding him at arm's length is a bit much. Lots of cleanup to do. And yeah, hopefully, I mean, that looks pretty square, honestly. Hopefully all this is just going to go straight together. I mean, that don't look too bad. That doesn't look too far off. You know, if I hold that parallel like that, yeah. There's a little bit of a keying out here, but I think that's because the panel itself, the line that runs behind there seems to work. Yeah. Yeah, I think I've got lucky with this moulding. Yeah, I really do. Doesn't seem to be anything that's kind of see-through, or... because this is like the main bit. You want to make sure that these are as secure as possible. But anyway, I'm just gassing about stuff. I'll save you all the cleanup. Like I say, I'll bring you all back once it's all done. Yeah. Yeah. Plenty of cleanup. Okay, so we are on nearly the end of day 3. It's taken quite some time to clean everything up correctly. And this is how things are looking at the minute. We have range of motion and everything. The sides are not glued in, the front's not glued in, and all of the turrets are not glued in, hence why it wobbles like heck. But I fathomed out how to put these sponsons on. You need to align the end of this sponson with the detail on this patch. That's why the bit sticks down. And then the sticky outy bit goes into the edge of the rim here. There's a little recess in there. And that's how you tie it all together. And then on this side, it's got like a step and whatever. The other side, it's got a groove with a tooth in it. It's a lot easier the other side. This is the problem side. But it's ready, I think, just about for priming. The only thing I want to do is really straighten this up even more, because I know it's meant to be wonky, but this main pole here is actually bent, and I thought it was a little bit too fiddly to get in, because you got to plug each of those into the holes and then align it. And yeah, it's got a lot of pressure on it if I was to glue it like that. And with it being so tall, I don't want it snapping or pinging off. So I need to really adjust these and get them how I want them before we start paint. So that's a little job to do. As for everything else, I think it's all done. Yeah. The guns for this, though, are a little bit of a pain, because the loadout is kind of, you can choose whatever you want, really. On the side sponson things here, these don't matter. These are now just changed to grot weapons. So the sides don't matter. The top turret, which I've just put the custom Mega Blaster, I believe that's meant to be. I've just put that on the top because I thought it's the most interesting. I may even glue that, because you only get one of those, but you do have an option to put 2 on one of these, which is really, really strange. Then we have the shooters, which are absolutely stunning sculpts. I think they're outstanding, like 100% orky, but you only get 2 of them. and I've just blue tacked them in so I can like kind of see everything. And I wanted shooters on the front and the back. I wanted twin link shooters on it, and then the grot guns, because they all have the same profile then, and it just makes life easier. But I did want the ability to change them out. So then on the back, I have put the grot blasters, I believe they're called. They just fire scrap, fire bits of rebar. It's ace. It's really cool. So that's going to be a lot of fun to paint. So I just bobbed them on the back, and I thought, oh yeah, I can just proxy those as shooters. Fair dues. Then the sides, I put the flamers on because I like them. Although these rocket sculpts are absolutely outstanding. I love them so much. I love the fact that they're on a bit of rebar rail and it's a bit wonky and stuff like that, and then they're just stuffed into a bit of broken pipe. It's so fun. So fun. So I think I might have to scour the eBay one day and have a look and see if somebody is selling the extra guns and pick some up, because having WYSIWYG on this would be outstanding. And then if I do get to that point, I may consider magnetizing, but for now I'm probably just going to blue tack them in, play with them like this, whatever, you know. The turrets don't really matter. It's easy enough to shunt this thing around and good to go. The next problem I came across, other than cleanup problems, is the tank tracks. They are very, very, very awkward to put together. This one wasn't too bad, but it kept wanting to fire out that way because of one side. But I tied it in the other way, brought it across, like in point, and then I've had to kind of just shave off there this section of this cylinder. So right there, let me get something better to point with. There we go. So this one here, I've had to shave it off slightly on either end to get it in, because this has got like a little recess on it, and that's how I managed to get them together. The track here is cracked. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but with the tracks, make sure you put this flat edge to the bottom, because the detailed section you can see here on the top, don't put them on upside down. First dry fit I did put them on upside down, and then I realized these front sections though, absolutely amazing. Didn't need to do anything, they just went straight in. So good, so good. Dead happy with those. And then this one is the worst one. This one is a lot worse than that one. It's funny on all ends. As you can see, it seems to be kind of twisted. There's this other tooth on this wheel that really gets in the way when you're trying to get things to align. Then I've put it all together. I put the body onto it to weigh them down to glue, but it's actually come out from that corner, which I'm not too happy about, but I suppose it just adds to the grot aesthetic. And I mean, it's not too out of line. If I can I move my light a little bit without whacking everything? There we go. There we go. We can see that a little bit better. Yeah, it's just here, this bit. And it's been hair dried, it's been straightened out. I've had it on the flat, I've hair dried it, you know, get a little bit of a push down to get it as flat as I can, and that's how it comes out. But this section here, I probably shouldn't have put glue on it and tried to just kind of hair dryer that up a little bit. But aside from that, it's fine. It's fine. Then yeah, I've already done the test of actually putting the scoop on, seeing if it knocks anything out of a line, and it doesn't, so I'm happy. I've got everything aligned. Got my spare guns, which I need to mount up. So I think it's time to move on to the next kit. So, seeing as though I'm on a mad Forge World cleaning session, I think I'm going to probably spending the next 2 weeks or so doing this. I figured I'd dig through all my kits and find everything that I have that is Forge World related, bar one thing, and that is the half enclosed truck. Not touching that yet, I'm not dealing with that. It's that's going to be a long process, that one, because it's in very bad condition. Trying to find one of those things is very difficult. I've only ever seen 2 for sale, and I am yet to find the half-track variant. And honestly, what I'd like to do is put the enclosed cab onto the half-track truck. I think that would be very cool, just have it all in one. But I don't know, I could end up making 3 trucks, and I've got plenty of donor trucks to help out with that, so that's pretty cool. So got this guy here. I bought him because he came with pretty much all of his gubbins. So he's had something taken off here. I think it's one of his horns, which has been put on to this jaw. Fair dues. It's got both tails, that one there and this one here. There's the horn that's been chopped off. There we go. So that's the horn there. And it also came with the bits that I put in this one. And that's the ladder, which is, oh, I'm so glad I got that. I really am. And then it's also come with all the little hooks and doodads and whatnot that are affixed to it. Also, this is in the older resin. I can tell by how it looks, but it has been sprayed for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. I think the sellers sprayed them white to clean them up, to make them look better. I don't understand it, but yeah, it doesn't matter. We can clean everything up. So got these other hooks. This is not my thick yellow paint on it. I know it's surprising, somebody else doing garish yellows, but no, that's not from me. So I can use them on this one, but this howdah, this is mega bent. This side, mega bent. You can see it when you look at it. This end just keys right over. It should be up and square. I mean, yeah, it kind of adds to the whole thing. But my big idea for all these is that I'm going to have this guy, and he's going to be trying to done to sort of show quality. I want to get him to look as nice as I can. Then with this guy, I'm going to kind of a bit more rough and ready, probably heavily lean on dry brushing, and have him as the one that I'll take into store, and I can have interchangeable weapons. And speaking of interchangeable weapons, I have an orc cannon as well. I forgot I actually bought this. So seeing as though I'm making a mess of my little sunroom where I work in at the minute with all the Forge World kits, I figured I might as well just do everything that I can. So yeah, that's probably going to be me for maybe 2 weeks-ish now to clean all this lot up and get it all ready. The boys and things, I'll probably do them all separate, because there's this lot and then there's the other lot on the other gargantuan squiggoth. And plus I've still got the super cannon to do. Oh no. Right, I best get back to work. So the super cannon's coming on. I've used a little bit of a toothpick just as another bar thing. It's not going to make no difference when it's all painted up. But I've been looking at the mystery piece that everybody online seems to be having a problem with, and I've determined where it goes. It goes in there. Yeah, in that hole. You just think it's a handle. That's what it is. It's a little handle that goes on there. So for all you guys that are curious, there we go. And in typical me fashion, I can't just stick to doing one thing at a time. I've had a little break from the cleanup, and I spent an hour last night and about an hour today just mucking around with the model of the month. So made a base, just a bit of stone, a bit of cork, a bit of foliage, some sand, and some of that cracking paste stuff, just to give it a sort of mix match and a hodgepodge of whatever. And then I decided to make this guy. So this is my Terminorctor. I'm not very good with the green stuff, as you can tell, but I'm trying to get better. The feet are super rough, super rough, but that's what he is. That's how he stands. I figured I'd put a gun on him because I didn't really have any left hands that aren't holding anything. So I figured because of his pose, it kind of suits. But yeah, big shoulder pads. Terminator shoulder pads are tucked away up under both sides, and I turn the shield into a big chopper. Well, a huge chopper, because he's about the same scale as a normal war boss. So I'm quite happy with how he's turned out. And I suppose if I really wanted to, I could proxy him as him, because I can't see why not. They're about the same thing. But yeah, so super happy with him. Just wanted to show him off. And he's my little bit of fun that I'm going to have tomorrow. And because the model of the month thing is now ready, I figured I may as well prime a bunch of stuff at the same time. So I've got a couple of bits ready. I'll probably be able to get away with the airbrush with this and somewhat this. I've had to mount it upside down. Not very happy with it. This, I'm going to give it a go. If it doesn't work out, I can finish it off by hand with a brush. And all these little bits, I didn't want to drill unnecessary holes in them because I don't know if I'm going to magnetize in the future, and it will be possible to do it whilst everything is together and whatnot. So yeah, just be driving a big hole into this, sinking a magnet quite deep. Then I would like hollow out the internals and put a freeform magnet in there and just a little plate. So it shouldn't be too bad. It's just, I don't really want to do it right now. So I'll just blue tack it. Yeah, I know it's lazy, whatever, but it is what it is. So I'll crack on with them, and then I'm going to put down some base colors onto the model of the month, because I'm hoping to try some new techniques and things on him, and I'll let you know how this all goes. And also, I have decided to use electrical tape to blank off areas for gluing and whatnot. So I'm giving that a go. And then on this, on the underside, we have the electrical tape. And then on the back, I've just plugged the holes with blue tack. Yeah. Just so they got a nice strong connection. And then same with this, bit of blue tack on that guy. And where's the exhaust here? Yeah, I ain't bothered with that. I figured it's got 4 points of connection. It should be absolutely fine. But yeah, I'll bring you back with end result. Okay, so airbrushing is done. My airbrush is gunked up. I need to get myself a sonic cleaner and do my homework on how to be more preventative in regards to clogs and whatever, because this was a pain. I have completely run out of time. I ain't got enough time to manually prime those guys. And then I found out that I've made a mistake with these claws. As you can see with the scratch marks, this is just literally from me going like that with it, because this is like the third time I've tried to record this. But anyway, that's beside the point. Those two things are meant to go here, and this is meant to go there. That can go wherever. It can go on either side. Also, as well, these horns are not meant to go in these holes. They're meant to go on the blank plate underneath them. That one's meant to go on there, and this is meant to just go wherever, because on the like proper imagery for it, it doesn't show the horn there. It shows the holes. I think they're meant to be like spy holes, but they've been plugged up by the horns, because I mean, you look on the inside and it's like a little port on both sides. So I don't know. Do the horns go inside? Do not know. Either way, that's a little job I need to do. So I need to take these off nice and carefully, this off, and swap them. Done. Next one is the super cannon. The handle fell off. It ended up gluing itself onto this bit here. So as I was airbrushing, I realized that it was stuck there, took it off, moved it out of the way. That's why it's not primed. So yeah, there's that to add to the things. Then there's big squiggoth. I didn't bother priming in black because the airbrush was being so silly. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cover it in Black Templar, because I'm going to be trying some non-metallic metal, hopefully, maybe, if I feel really up to it. And I'm going to lean heavily into dry brushing. So that is going to be him. Then lastly, we have our model of the month guy, and I've tried my best to block some sort of base shades out with him to help with everything, and honestly I think I'm getting a lot more accurate. Behind that knee pad there is actually another metal plating. That is why it is still yellow. Yeah, all in all, I'm quite pleased with the result. to say that the airbrush was just not wanting to play ball. This lemon yellow is pretty terrible, but I was wanting the difference in color between the two yellows. I was hoping that it would make the contrast when it goes on look a little bit more varied. That was the plan anyway. Whether it does, it does. If it don't, it don't. But with this guy, I'm wanting to lean more into contrasts and shades and this, that, and the other. Whereas the last video was trying to use as little of those as possible. So yeah, he's going to be a fun experiment. Also, I do know that that is upside down. That was deliberate, by the way. It's because he's just absolutely stupid. So he needs a stupid belt buckle to match his personality. But anyway, that is going to be it for this episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. Again, putting up with my dozy camera and whatnot. But yeah, take care of yourselves. I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye. Ah, that's how it goes. Bye.